He's the boss of talk. This is Charles Adler.
Now the man who some people would call the pharaoh of Richmond Hill, David the Menzoid Menzies. Now, David, I'm not going to ask you to comment on important events like Egypt. I want you to stick to your to your knitting, as it were, and your knitting today is about Valentine's Day and the pushback. And I want you to just offer a little bit of context here, because we've got some Lady Menzoid, and we've never had Lady Menzoid on our air, and we still haven't been able to get her live, but we've got some audio of Lady Menzoid now. Should we get into the time to take back Valentine's Day thing first before we start hitting those clips, or do you want to hit them now?
Well, it's your show, boss. I am merely a humble minor pharaoh, like a King Tut, whereas you are Aphrodite or something like that.
All right. Enough jibber-jabber from you, Menzoid. We're going to start out with your time to take back Valentine's Day piece, and at some point we're going to say thank you for the giggles, but let's hear Lady Menzoid instead. Is that all right with you?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, it's your wife, and that's why I'm being extra, generous with you today. Because, man of the world unite. That's what you're saying. Men of the world unite. The time has come to take back Valentine's Day. You know that the Menzoid has a few opinions about Valentine's Day, and here's one of them. It's that time of year where love and romance allegedly reign supreme, when hearts are aflutter, when florists the world over jack up the price of roses to such an extent that their actions would make oil company executives blush. But let's face it, for too many decades, Valentine's Day has been the most sexist holiday in the calendar. Now, Menzoid, I don't want to get overly anal here and criticizing you, but your next line begins with us men. Us men?
Yes.
Would that ever get through an editor? Us men?
Well,
don't you mean we men?
Dumbing it down for broadcast, of course.
I'm going to develop amnesia and just forget what you said. Okay, we men fork over $80 for a dozen long stems or a box of fancy chocolates. And what do we men receive? Some crimson-hued piece of cardboard in the shape of a heart with some Jack Handy-like proverb on it about the true meaning of love. Well, as they say at Taco Bell, where's the beef? Ladies, we don't want your stinking cards. Indeed, if we are indeed living in an age of gender equality, when are men going to receive something useful on February 14th? And Menzoid writes, the good news, guys, while Metropolis has Superman and Gotham has the Dark Knight, men now have their own champion for truth and justice and the gift-giving way. Mark Slater, owner of King's Crate. Obviously, you're getting some vig on this. Mark Slater, the owner of an organization called King's Crate. You visit kingscrate.com, and a man will feel like a kid in a candy store all over again, for finally someone has come up with gift ideas for men that are actually going to be useful and enjoyable. We're talking fine cigars, hard liquor, good beer, and manly literature, books about sports and steaks and vets and James Bond. And as the company name suggests, all this man treasure comes packed in a masculine, no-nonsense crate, not some frilly, effeminate, girly girl gift basket. And as they say on the Ronco ads, but wait, there's more. If requested, Mark or one of his associates will actually call or email your lady friend and tell her point blank exactly what you want in your crate. Now, at this point, would it be a good time to run some of the Menzoid clip?
This is why they pay the big money.
All right.
Perfect segue.
Well, let's go to this. Lady Menzoid on the horn with King's Crate, and I gather the lady wants to please Menzoid.
Hello.
Not lately.
Good morning. Is this Lady Menzoid?
Yes.
How are you doing this morning, Lady Menzoid?
Fine. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. My name is Mark. I'm calling from King's Crate. We're a men's gift store, and I just want to give you a heads up that your lovely husband Menzoid is well aware that Valentine's Day is coming up, and he just wanted to make sure that you are aware of this in light of certain past transgressions on your part. Now, I could point out some evidence, such as, not buying a Christmas gift last month for him. Actually, we're all close to 2 months now. You did forget the wedding anniversary in 2008, which obviously very well crushed him, right?
Is this conversation being recorded?
It is being recorded.
Oh, it is?
For his benefit.
Oh, Okay. Then you know what? Then I'm going to go right now.
Well, let's just not forget in Christmas 1990, going all the way back to 1990, after he bought you that beautiful designer wedding dress from the Alfred Sun collection, and in return, sweatpants. Am I right?
And the list just goes on.
Well, that's all I've got. But if you have more transgressions, I'd love to hear it.
And on.
All right, so the Menzoid enlists this guy at King's Crate to phone Lady Menzoid, as you just heard. And this was akin, Menzoid thinks, to receiving a Valentine's Day gift in itself. Mark was firmly reminding Lady Menzoid how the Menzoid had given her this designer dress for Christmas 100 years ago. And what did Menzoid receive that Yuletide? He got, sweatpants. And then there was the wedding anniversary a few years ago. Lady Menzoid completely forgot about it. And, of course, Menzoid has been not allowing citizens of Adler Nation to forget because he's been yammering on about it ever since. And let's not forget, last Christmas, when there was absolutely nothing waiting under the tree for the Menzoid, even though Lady Menzoid received PJs from the Playboy collection, including a tank top with the illustration of sexy lips, along with copy that reads, "Wake me with a kiss." I didn't need to hear that, Menzoid. You didn't need to share that. So Lady Menzoid has been instructed in no uncertain terms that to make up for all the previous gifting transgressions, the Menzoid wants all of the King's Crates in the catalog, which are to be placed into one big supersized crate. And make no mistake, the Menzoid doesn't want any designer sweeties or herbal tea bags in there either. Let's run one more clip of the King's Crate people trying to convince Lady Menzoid.
You know, obviously with your husband's stature and the very level of his husbandry commitment to you, I think we should start looking on the higher end of the products that we have.
We definitely shall.
Yeah, we should.
Definitely shall look on the higher end here.
Okay, so if you go to themed crates there at the top.
Themed crate.
Yes. So we have 18 different themed crates you can choose from. Now, obviously, he's a man of...
I don't think these crates are big enough.
Oh, we can cram them in. Now, he has asked for a special request that I make an extra large crate that we can put all of these into. Is that something that we could do?
That sounds wonderful. That sounds like a great idea. Will he fit into the crate?
Oh, well, that's your problem for afterwards. What you do with our crates afterward is completely up to you. So, yeah, I mean, depending on what Dave is into, obviously.
Okay, this better not be on the radio.
Oh, well,
You better not replay the show on the radio.
You know, Lady Menzoid sounds like a class act, which is much more than I can say for Menzoid.
A show with so much fiber, it's like a bran muffin for your brain. This is Charles Adler.